Good morning. I'm sorry I'm not doing this video at the time that it was scheduled, but various things are happening, and I know that there aren't that many people who watch these videos live, so I know that people will still see it, but if you'll do occasionally tuning live, I apologise, it's not the time you're expecting. Okay, so this week we're looking at move 4. Now, if you remember what I said in the last 3 videos, I've been talking about how the moves are all about filling up your body with energy. With the first move, we're pulling energy into the lower dantian. With the second move, we're pulling energy into the middle dantian. And with the third move, we're scooping energy into our upper dantian. This fourth move can be thought of in terms of a mixer, just mixing all the energy up. So energetically, that's what this move is all about. And now the cat decided to leave the room and shut the door. So, move 4 is very simple. It's basically you're drawing 2 circles with your arms. So as you breathe in, your arms rise up as far as you can take them. And then as you breathe out, they sweep all the way down by your side, all the way to the bottom. Now, excuse me. Now, as with all the moves, it's important to make sure that you keep in mind any physical issues that you have. So while, if you are a Tai Chi master who just spends all day on your mountain in Tibet practicing, you can probably quite easily on one breath and with nice relaxed shoulders, take your hands all the way up there without hunching your shoulders and then bring them all the way back down again. Chances are that you're not going to manage that. Because the one thing that you need to avoid doing in this move is stretching. And my hands are actually out of camera. You must avoid stretching because although I talk about how it's important to be straight, being stretched is not the point. And remember, I always talk about working within 70% of your maximum ability. So energetically, what's happening is that you move your hands from down here in the lower dantian, and they move up through the middle dantian and into the upper dantian, and then let them come down all the way again. Think of it a bit like a cake mixer. It's mixing all the energy up and making sure all the energy is balanced. Physically, this move is very much about the shoulders, inevitably. There are several things you need to make sure of when you do this move. The first thing is, don't have your arms rigid and stiff. They still need to be relaxed and loose. If you can remember what I spoke about in the first move about yin hands and yang hands and how your hands position can change. If your hands are slightly yin as you bring your hands up, that's absolutely the correct thing to do. So, and as you take your hands down, the natural thing to do is to make sure that they've gone into the yang position. So your hands, as you bring your hands up, are slightly flop down, and then as you bring your hands down, it's almost as if the air resistance is just pushing your palm back a bit. So you're getting some very gentle movements in your wrist. The elbows aren't really too much used, but obviously you are using your elbows. But the big thing here is the shoulders. Because the one thing you want to avoid doing is hunching your shoulders. So I want you to try, take your hands up, and I want you to focus very much on your shoulders. And if the only way to get your hands really high is to hunch your shoulders, then you're not doing it right. So just take your hands to a point where your shoulders are still nice and relaxed, and that's as far as you need to go. It takes some practice, trust me, it takes some practice, but knowing that that's what you're aiming for helps you with your practice. So, obviously, this move also provides nice, gentle movements for the shoulders. And it's those nice, gentle movements that can be so helpful with things like fibromyalgia, where you want the nice, smooth, gentle, really tiny movements in many respects to just keep things moving, keep things loose. The new mantra with some doctors is that motion is the best lotion, rather than using painkillers or even the gels. If you've got pain in a joint, the best thing to do is to gently keep moving it. And this is a good way to keep your shoulder joints mobile if, like me, occasionally your shoulders don't particularly want to play ball and feel very stiff. As with all the moves, well, to be honest, this is the first move where it's really obvious. It's not about doing the move to the maximum. If you can't make that nice big circle, it doesn't matter. If all you can do is that, that's fine. Because if you recognise that that's all you can do and that's where you're comfortable working, that will in the end be far more beneficial for you than straining and trying to do the move in a picture perfect way. Because if you haven't remembered my little mantra yet, it's not about doing moves perfectly, it's about doing the moves perfectly for you. And every person who does these moves is in a different situation. They'll have different breath rates, different breath sizes, they will have different physical issues, and things can vary from day to day. Trust me, there are some days, excuse me, when, I feel really loose, really flexible, really flowing. When I'm doing move one, I'm immediately, getting my arms flowing all the way up. And there are some mornings when I do it and I think, well, right, okay, that's all I'm going to manage today, at least for a bit. And that's fine, because that's being mindfully aware of your body. One of the first phrases I use when I start advertising my qigong classes, well, it's not about lycra, it's not about going for the burn. That is as far from the ethos of qigong as you can get, because qigong is about small, gentle movements working within what your body can cope with. So, just to repeat, move 4 is all about mixing up the energy that you've been pulling into your body in the first 3 moves, about mixing it up, making sure it's all through your body and all mixed up and all balanced. And so having said that, I think I will move back slightly from the camera. So, I'd like to invite you now to get yourself into your space where you're going to actually do this short qigong set that I'm going to lead you in. And as always, I will then be going into a short mindfulness meditation. So make sure you have somewhere where you can be undisturbed for a short period of time. And remember, this is your time for you. It's not about me. It's about you and your needs. To an extent, it doesn't matter what I'm saying or doing. The important thing is that you take from it what you need. And if you listen to what I say and follow what I say with an open, mindful awareness, you will take from it what you need. And once again, I apologise for the slight croak. So, we'll start off by standing with feet together, and we will bow in, which is where we first start collecting the energy. So, bring your left hand across your body with the palm up, and you're collecting yin energy. Then bring your right hand across your body with the palm down, collecting yang energy. Clasp your arms and bow. And get yourself into a good bear stance. Take a moment to make sure that your stance is as good as it can be. So that's feet are hip width apart, feet parallel, knees gently relaxed, hips, knees and toes all in a nice line, core muscles engaged, back straight, neck straight, chin slightly tucked in so that the top of your head, the crown of your head is pointing right up to the sky. And then when you've got yourself into that position, just close your eyes and just breathe. Take a moment to make sure that your weight is evenly balanced and evenly distributed across your feet. Maybe take a moment to tune into your body, and maybe tune into your mind and work out what it is that you need. Maybe get an idea in your mind of how you need to feel at the end of this session. Then I'd like you to imagine that you're in a lift. And this lift is made of glass, and it's looking out over the most beautiful countryside. With every out-breath, just imagine that that lift floats down floor by floor. Let it float down as fast or as slow as you're happy with. Really notice that moment when the lift comes down to ground level. And turn your hands so your palms are facing backwards. And then with your next in-breath, slowly let your arms rise up as far as you're comfortable with. And as you breathe out, just let them slowly sink down. Find your own breath and your own rhythm. Don't overdo anything, only move your arms as far as your body is happy to let them move. Don't force anything. And if things aren't moving as smoothly as you would like at the moment, don't get cross, just accept that that's where you are, right here, right now. Just flow. Just do what feels right for your mind and body this morning. Breathe in, let your arms float up. As you breathe out, you sink all the way back down. And then last time for this move, at the bottom, just relax and let go. And then next time you breathe in, your arms float up and spread out. As you breathe out, just let them float back in and back down. As you breathe in, be really aware of the expansion of your chest and lungs. And with the out breath, you notice the relaxation. And with the in-breath, let that expansion almost pull your arms apart, very, very gently. Let the movement of your arms be in response to that expansion of your chest. As you breathe in, maybe you can imagine you breathe in good and positive feelings. On the out breath, release any negative feelings like grey smoke. You breathe in, fill yourself with those positive feelings, welcome them with open arms. And as you breathe out, release stress or tension like grey smoke. And then the last time for this move, and then with the in-breath, raise your arms up, ready to paint rainbows. As you breathe out, dip slightly on your left knee and let your right arm uncurl. And as you breathe in, everything comes up to the top. Do the same on the other side. If you're seated, raise the heel on the same side as the arm that's floating down. You can easily imagine you're scooping rainbow energy into the top of your head. Breathe out, dip on one knee, let the opposite arm float down. As you breathe in, everything comes back to the balance point, and then last time for this move. You breathe in, bring everything up to the top into balance, then turn your palms outwards. As you breathe out, let your hands slowly sweep down by your sides all the way to the bottom. And with the in-breath, let them rise up again as far as you're happy with. Remember, a small circle is just as effective as a big one. Don't push it. Think of your shoulders. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed as you're doing this move. Breathe in, your hands rise up. As you breathe out, they float all the way down. And then last time for this move, breathe in, let your hands rise up. And this time as you breathe out, bring your hands into position in front of your abdomen to balance your chest. As you breathe in, imagine you're feeling around a small ball, and as you breathe out, pretend you're pushing that ball underwater. Be careful with this move to take your hands no higher than your heart. Breathe in, smooth around the ball, breathe out, let your hands sink down, and then last time for this move. And this time as you breathe out, bring your hands to rest just in front of your belly button. And just for a moment, stand and breathe and just let everything sink. Let your hands float down, bring your left foot in towards your right, and bow out as we bowed in. And then get yourself seated and comfortable. Ready for the mindfulness meditation. So, as ever, listen to the sound of the singing bowl to start the meditation. So, make sure you're seated or lying somewhere that you're comfortable. It actually is important to be physically comfortable as you can be. If pain is one of your issues, then just make sure that your body is in a position that keeps you comfortable as possible. I'd like to start by inviting you to listen to the sound of the singing bowl. I'm going to sound it 3 times. The third time I'm going to let the sound die away quite naturally, I'd like to invite you to try and follow the sound and find that point where it fades into silence. I'll hold the bowl slightly nearer to the microphone so you can hear it better. If you wish, you can allow your eyes to close as you find the silence. It isn't necessary to close your eyes during a mindfulness meditation, but some people do find that it's easier to follow the instructions that I'm giving you, or the guidance that I'm giving you, with your eyes closed. Because mindfulness isn't about clearing your mind, it's about being aware of things. And during the next few minutes, I'm going to suggest various things that you focus your attention on, and that can be easier to do, or some people find it easier to do, if their eyes are shut, so that there are less things catching at their attention. So, whether you're sitting, lying, or standing, I'd like you first of all to become very aware of where your body is being touched by the bed, the chair, or the floor. What textures are you aware of? Now, there may be different textures coming to your attention. Can you let yourself really surrender to the support that you're getting in the chair? Maybe imagine gravity pulling you a little more than it normally does, so you sink in a little bit deeper and just allow the chair to completely support you. As you sink in, allow your shoulders to just relax. Now can you move your attention to your breath? Don't change your breath in any way. I just want you to notice every in-breath and every out-breath. And as you do this, I want you to let go of any natural tendency to wonder if you're doing it right, to wonder if other people are doing it better. And I also want you to silence that part of your mind that thinks this is all terribly silly, and that you've got better things to do. Because whatever you're doing is perfect for you. There is no way you can fail at mindfulness, because when you keep your attention on your breath and you're aware of your breath, you are being mindful. And when you're aware that your mind is trying to get you to do other things, that is also being mindful. Now, your mind will probably want to try and tell you that there are more important things for you to think about, because that's what minds do, they're meant to think. But right here, right now, you don't need to think about anything else except just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. Because whatever your mind is trying to think about, it's not here and now. Because right here, right now, in this room, this is your time. And all you need to do is just focus on just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. And as many times as your mind wants to wander away, just as many times, gently lead your mind back to focusing on every in-breath and every out-breath. What do you notice in each breath? You maybe notice air moving in your nose or throat. Maybe you notice the rise and fall of your chest, or the rise and fall of your tummy. Whatever comes most strongly to your attention, just let your mind rest there. Because whatever you're noticing is perfect for you right here, right now. There is lots of movement associated with your breath. Air moves, muscles move. But now I'd like to invite you to become aware of that moment in between each breath when there is no movement. Don't hold your breath, but just try to notice that brief moment in between every in-breath and every out-breath. And just for a moment, everything is still. Maybe you can imagine that stillness with a small point just in the middle of your chest. And with every breath, can you imagine that point of stillness growing bigger and bigger until it expands to fill the whole of your body, all the way from the top of your head, all the way down to the soles of your feet. Can you let your breath be an anchor to that point of stillness? Can you keep the whole of your body in your awareness for a moment and notice how good it feels for it to be filled with that stillness? Now let your awareness go back to every in-breath and every out-breath. And gradually start to let your attention move outwards so you become aware once more of where your body is being touched by the bed or the chair or the floor. Become aware of the room and sounds both inside and maybe outside the room. And I'm going to invite you once more to listen to the sound of the singing bowl. Keep your eyes closed if you have them closed until the bowl has sounded for the third time. Allow your eyes to open, bring yourself back to full awareness. But as you do, keep that thought in your mind that your breath can be an anchor to help you find that moment of stillness anytime you find it. Because I often use this phrase during the meditations, we all have busy lives, we have busy minds, we have busy bodies. And sometimes finding that stillness is a break that we all need. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I know that one or two people popped in to watch a brief amount of it live and then probably realised that they couldn't stop to watch the whole thing. That's fine. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have a good day today. Next week, I will be going on to move 5, which means we'll be going beyond the normal move set that I do with you in these videos. So this is going to be new territory for you, which I hope you find interesting. If you have any suggestions, comments, feedback, I'm always happy to have that. And if you have any suggestions for areas that you'd like me to focus on in meditations, again, I'm always happy to do that. I'm very happy to interrupt the natural pattern of these videos that I'm doing at the moment, where I'm gradually taking you move by move through the shibashi set. I'm very happy to take a break if there's an issue in meditation that someone wants to cover with the mindfulness meditation. I'm happy to change the balance of the video so that we spend longer on the meditation and a shorter time on the qigong. These are your videos, and I'm hoping to meet your needs with what I'm doing. So do please let me know what you would like. And in the meantime, I hope you have a good day, and I will see you next week. Namaste.